It's time to talk fantasy football. It's time to let them know. Where you let us crunch the numbers while you crush the competition. So grab your playbooks and crack a cold one, because here's your hosts, Teak and Baney.
Welcome back, guys, for the final episode of the week. This is your Week 7 sits. Hey, before we get out of the way, help us and let us hit our goal of 400 subscribers. It is totally free. Click that red button. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss a beat of this best kept secret on YouTube.
Yeah.
So let's get underway. Let's get right into it. Badge, why don't you start us off with the sits?
All right, guys. Week 7. It is flying by. So last week I started this guy. This week I'm sitting this guy. And that is David Montgomery against the Minnesota Vikings. So the Vikings defense is number 1 against the run against the run this year in fantasy football, allowing single digits to the opposing running back. So the Lions' run offense, if they're going to get going, it's going to be in dump offs to the running back position, and that's Jahmyr Gibbs. I mean, they're number 1 in stopping the run, shutting it down. David Montgomery's been powerhousing the way. This Vikings defense has been allowing an average of 57 yards per game to opposing running backs. So I hate the matchup this week. Again, I started him last week, sitting him this week. It's all about the matchup. David Montgomery, you are on the pine, buddy.
Man, it's a tough set.
It is a tough sit.
Especially him coming off that brand new contract extension, and then he balled out as well that same game. It's going to be very hard to sit Monty if he's like your RB2. But yeah, the matchup says otherwise.
Yeah, at least in DFS, sit him if you have a better option, like Jordan Mason if he plays. I mean, I've been starting Jordan Mason every year, so that was probably every game. So that's probably a bad example. But if you're deep in the running back position, 10-man league, maybe a 12-man league, you got lucky. So look other options. This matchup's tough.
Yeah, I'm going to follow suit with a running back myself. And it's kind of the same. I've been sitting this guy mostly the whole season. I'm going to continue that trend. I'm going Najee Harris. He coming off his best game yet. I'm going to get a bunch of dirty looks coming from Bad. But one game does not change my mind. He's going up against the Jets defense, who only allowed 2 rushing TDs all season to running backs. So, like Mike said, it's just not a good matchup. It just happens to be another week of another not good matchup for Najee.
I'm pushing back here. Did you see Ray Davis last week? Did you see Ray Davis? That guy ran all over them. I'm starting Najee. But, hey.
Bills also have a better O-line than the Steelers.
I don't know, man. Najee, they were blocking good. I mean, they're just all getting better. They're all getting healthy. I mean,
yeah. So
except Zach Frazier, our center. Hopefully he's back. But
we'll see. When Russell starts and
Fields. This guy saw me smiling right away. I knew it.
So Fields doesn't. Fields makes up a lot of those issues on the O-line.
It might be Russ. Seeing reports, it might be Russ. I don't know why. I disagree with it. He's not flashy, but 10 total TDs, 1 pick. He's not making mistakes. He's winning the game. The defense is playing defense, but we won't go down that road right now. We're on the sits.
All right, so go with your second one here.
Second one here. I'm sitting Dalton Kincaid against the Titans. So this is not a good matchup. I mean, this Titans record is nothing. It's not good, but their defense has been a little sneaky towards the pass. So not a good matchup. The Titans are allowing the fewest fantasy points to the tight end position, sitting at 2 fantasy points. The Bills, how we all know, they just traded for Amari Cooper. That's going to cut into a huge chunk trying to get this guy going of the targets. Plus, you got Knox there. The Titans have allowed 0 touchdowns to the tight end position this week or this year. Sid and Kincaid.
I'm on that same train as well. I had Kincaid as a sit last week. He had 10 fantasy points. And this year's season, 10 points is like gold for tight ends, it seems, because tight end positions kind of fell off. Kittle's trying to hold that on his back, but as you can see, that's week to week now too. But yeah, I got Kincaid again this week with you. So, and to wrap it all up for my final sit here, I got Aaron Rodgers. And then you asked me in between shows here, you have Aaron Rodgers on your sets, but you wanted to start Devontae. I'm going to tell you why. Devontae, I believe, is going to get peppered. He's at least going to catch 5 balls. It could be 5 to 10 yards apiece. That's still 15 points right there. I mean, you throw a garbage time touchdown in, maybe now you're cooking. He's definitely going to get peppered. The trade happened. He was already at Aaron Rodgers' house on the couch. So you can't tell me this dude's not going to get peppered. Is it going to translate for Aaron Rodgers? I don't think so with this matchup. I believe it's prime time too, right?
Sunday night.
And Rodgers' O-line's pretty spotty as well. Pitt's defense allowed 4th least fantasy points to QBs. That's huge. Only game over 20 fantasy points one time. That's huge. Pitt's offensive line hasn't been great. So it's all about that O-line and how that O-line is going to hold up. And it being spotty as is, I see Espinoza or whatever his name is for the Bills get in there. I got more faith in TJ Watt getting in there than Espinoza. So I'll give you some love back.
So yeah, I mean the Devontae thing we were talking about off show here. I mean, last year Devontae put up 30 fantasy points against Pittsburgh. I mean, I know the secondary is a lot stronger, but yeah, this guy just you got to start Devontae. I was just busting balls being biased, but however, my last sit is Rodgers as well. So I strongly agree with you there. So Rodgers last week came off a solid fantasy start. I put him in a spot start in one of my leagues. Paid off. I won. I needed I think 20 points from him. Got it. Playing on Sunday night, like Teak said, this in Pittsburgh, this Jets O-line has been really spotty. We're gonna hear some Renegade 2, get that crowd pumped up. So Teak, play the Renegade song right now. The Steelers' pass rush is going to cause Rodgers issues. This guy does not move like he used to. In the pocket, he still does it, but we're going to hear TJ Watt's name called a lot. Keanu Benton, this whole pass rush, their whole D-line. I mean, like Teak said, 4th least to opposing quarterbacks all year. I don't like the matchup, but bye weeks going, you probably have a better option. I used Rodgers again as a spot start last week. Paid off, but not this week.
Yeah. So that wraps up the sits. Why don't you take us away, Badge?
Guys, week 7. This is flying by. I'm kind of bummed out about that, but hey, we're here. Football's here. Love you guys. Guys, take a moment right now. It's totally free. Hit subscribe. Hit subscribe. Don't only hit subscribe, comment in our comments. Tell us what you like. Tell us who your sits are. Tell us if you agree, disagree. We want to hear from you. We like it. We like that. We want to get these comments rolling. So help the best kept secret get out. Hit the subscribe button. Turn the notifications on. We do 3 episodes a week. Bets, starts, sits. Guys, we love and appreciate you. Good luck week 7. Until next time.